All right, welcome everybody. Jessica Stortz with Stortz Wellness, and I'm so excited that you guys are here and that you're able to attend this call. So I'm going to try to make it super short and just kind of go through some of the new things because some of them really aren't new. They're just packaged in a different way. And so the first thing is this Prove It, Live It, Share It challenge. All right, so they did a follow-up to this landmark study. And what they found is that people that took this, what's in the Prove It challenge, the Vitalizer strip, had 83% lower prescription drug use. And that was up to, because actually the population that's like 20 to 40 actually used 97% less medication. But then as they got older, they used some medication, but still a lot less than non-supplement users. You can see there about diabetes, 52% lower prevalence of diabetes. They rated their health better. Their cardiovascular health was good, lower risk of dementia, and lower inflammation, which are all really great things. So if you have not checked out the landmark study, you can check it out at landmarkstudy.com. That was the original study published years ago, but they're doing a follow-up one, and it will be published this fall. Completely amazing. If you want to chat more about science, if you're a science-minded person, let me know, because there was a lot more studies presented by Dr. Wayne Westcott on postmenopausal women and protein and exercise and all these wonderful things. My big takeaways were you need protein post-workout, and everybody, no matter the age, needs to be doing weight-bearing exercises. And really compelling evidence as to why, but that was completely fascinating, but I didn't want to get into it here. So these were some of the pilot people that did the Prove It challenge. And for all intents and purposes, I have done the Prove It challenge, not as it has been packaged, but I've done the cleanse followed by the strip and shake. And I've been doing that for about 3 years. So you saw Elizabeth said she was healthier, more energetic, more balanced. And with her busy life, she couldn't imagine how she could function without the strip and shake to fuel her day. You can see Crystal, the happiest and healthiest she's been. It fills in the gaps in her diet and energizes her. The most healthy and happy she's ever been. I feel awesome and just can't imagine my life without it. And then Caroline, she's a better mom and a better wife. And I have to tell you guys, I get these testimonies regularly. I had one mom that after 1 week was like, wow, it's made such a difference in my life, and my husband notices it. Another one more recently had chronic fatigue syndrome. She couldn't really get out of bed. It was kind of a struggle. And she said after just 3 weeks on this strip, she was getting out of bed easier. And her husband noticed that when the kids asked her to play, usually she'd say, no, I'm not going to play. But she actually got up and played, and she wasn't exhausted afterwards. And that was huge for her. And this coming from a person that took supplements religiously of another brand. So I say that because not all supplements are created equal, and not all of them are bioavailable, and not all of them absorb the same way. I had a very similar experience, although mine wasn't as quick. I was eating healthy, exercising, etc. back 10 years ago. Well, it's actually 12 years. Hannah's 12. And I was working out, getting up at 5:30 every day, working full time, and felt pretty good. But yeah, I would still fall asleep on the couch at 9, 10 o'clock at night when we were over at friends' houses, just exhausted. And 10 years later, I had Bella, and at 36 instead of 26. And I got to tell you, I didn't need naps every day during that pregnancy like I did with all my others. I walked on a regular basis. I was able to participate in things. And I noticed lots of little things, like a dry patch under my eye that I didn't get every year. My digestion was improved. I was able to go off of my heartburn meds after being on them for 13 years. So these were huge things for my family. I rarely get sick. My kids, after taking probiotics, rarely get the stomach bug anymore. Like, we went almost 2 years without it. So the products work, and that's why I'm sharing these testimonies with you. But I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to prove it to yourself. And it starts with this simple Prove It challenge. And many of you, if you've been in Shaklee for a while, you're like, Jessica, this is basically, these things have been out, the cleanse, for a couple years. But so what's so different about it? And everybody knows the shakes and the strip. Well, it's just a simpler way to understand it, and a simpler way to present it to friends. So they want you to feel healthier, more energized, and focused and ready for anything. And so when you get your kit, if you decide to buy one, you're going to have a sign and you're going to say, in 30 days, I will feel, and it could be less bloated, healthier, empowered, more energetic, on top of the world. Whatever you want to pick, you can make that sign and share it on social media or not. It's up to you. So what is the Prove It Challenge? Well, you start with the cleanse for 7 days, and that supplements morning and evening, and you basically eat all fruits and vegetables. I'll be honest, I modify the cleanse and I do protein shakes with it, and I eat some more starches than they recommend. But I've done it 2 or 3 times now, and that's just what I do to get through it. And every time I lose 2 to 3 pounds, no matter how light I am, I always lose 2 to 3 pounds. Some people might say, like, why do I need a cleanse? Our body naturally cleanses. And that is so true. It does. This aids in the process. And I can't tell you how many people don't go to the bathroom as often as they should. And this coming from a dietitian. My husband has multiple sclerosis, and we talked with a dietitian, and she said you should experience 2 to 3, pardon the grossness, long snake-like bowel movements a day. And that most people sometimes don't even go daily. Sometimes don't go every other day. Some people their regular is once a week. Sometimes regular for them is every other day or every third day. But we really, if we're eating the right diet, taking the right things, it should be 2 to 3 times a day, which could be mind-blowing for some of us. And that's why I recommend the cleanse, is to kind of get your body moving. You don't even realize, yes, your body cleanses itself, but it's holding all that. You're going to feel kind of cruddy. Once you finish the cleanse, you move into the strip and shake a day. And so that's 1 protein shake. I replace a meal with it, typically breakfast. You could replace another meal if you wanted to, and then you take the strip. Some people ask me, do I take all of this all at the same time? I personally do in the evening because I'm sensitive, and if my stomach's kind of empty, I'll get sick. So I take it in the evening with food, but you can take it if you'd like throughout the day, all in the morning. My husband takes his full strip first thing in the morning. So it just depends on you. Okay, so why is this so revolutionary? And you guys can post things in the chat there if you want. Just let me know. Or feel free to chime in if you have a question. The difference in this is, let's say you do your cleanse and your Prove It Challenge, and then you tell a friend about it. And you're like, hey, I want to do this Prove It Challenge. If you're just a member and you just want to share it with a friend, if your friend buys the Prove It Challenge, I will give you $25. If you decide that you have 3 friends that want to do this, it might be beneficial for you to be a distributor, because I would pay you the $75 gladly. But if you are a distributor, you're going to get $25 for each of those people, and then an additional $75 for getting those 3 people in a 1-month period, which gives you $150, which ultimately just pays for your kit. So you can do that as many times as you want, and they're paid daily, only to distributors though. So the first person you get, like let's say somebody bought a kit today that was your friend, you would get your $25 deposited direct if you had that set up tomorrow. Same thing next day. And then again, once you get all 3 of those bubbles filled in, then you get the extra $75 for $150. So it's just a really easy way to share. The only way to get the extra $75 is to be a distributor. I'm passing along my bonus to people as a referral bonus. So if you don't want to be a distributor, that's fine. I will gladly pay you that for recommending your friends. So why do you need to cleanse? Well, this was some of the results that they heard from people. Improve focus and energy, enhances mood and sleep quality, supports the detox and the digestion, and it helps you lose weight. I mean, if you follow it, you will lose weight. These people experience an average of almost 7 pounds and then lost inches. I send you out all of the information to take your measurements and track how you feel, because I really think it's important that you do that. And I help you walk through this. There's a group. So don't think, oh, you're going to buy this and then you're not going to know what to do. There's a group, and I have posts that I've written about it and videos and things like that. So I can help you as much or as little as you want through the process. Once you're done with that, you move on to the Vitalizer. And it's what was used in the landmark studies and based on 12 clinical studies. And it's available in women, men, and gold. Gold is for over 50. Men has no iron in it, and women has iron in it, but it also has iodine and some other things. And this is This can be used as a pre or postnatal. This is what I took when I was pregnant with Bella. You cannot do the cleanse while you're pregnant or breastfeeding, but you can take this. So this is what you would have to eat to get all the nutrients that are in the Vitalizer strip. So you'd have to have, in order to get the vitamin C in it, you'd have to eat 7 medium oranges. In order to get the magnesium, you'd have to have 3 servings of mixed nuts. So this isn't a replacement. You don't just take your vitamins and not eat. It's simply to fill in the gaps because we tend to not get enough of these nutrients. And the difference is the recommended daily allowances of vitamins get us great health. But if we want optimal health, we actually need a little bit more than that. And that's why I choose to supplement. Like I said, I felt pretty good with Hannah, but I didn't realize how much better I could feel after taking it and having Bella. So there's this SMART system, and it has to do with how the nutrients are absorbed, and they absorb just the way they need to and break down just the way they need to. It dissolves in less than 30 minutes. I will tell you, I know in Michigan, for instance, Meijer gives away free prenatals from the pharmacy, but if you stick one of those in water or apple cider vinegar, they really don't break down. After days, they sit there. And if that's what happens, things go through your system generally in about 12 hours at most. So if it's not dissolving, you know what's going to happen to it. Where this dissolves in less than 30 minutes in the stomach. I had a friend drop it in some water and let it sit, and within 10 minutes, it was breaking apart and dissolving. BNC complex, water-soluble vitamins, whatever you don't use, you get rid of. And this is a slow release so that you can maximize your absorption of these. And this works, folks. I got to tell you, my husband, with his multiple sclerosis, this doctor recently tested his B&D vitamins and was thinking he would need to supplement more, but his levels were spot on, and he only takes the BNC extended release complex in his strip. Doesn't really do extra. Then we have the Carrot E omegas that has your omega-3 fatty acids, your carotenoids, vitamin E, and then the probiotic pearl, which is so great. The cleanse has the Optiflora DI in it as well. I actually take both, but this one is wonderful, and I've taken it for years, and it works wonderful. So why the Life Shake? Well, first of all, it's going to help you maintain your healthier weight, and it helps keep me full. I used to eat eggs on a regular basis and not feel full after my eggs and would want a snack. And when I take my protein shake, I'm usually not hungry. And today I drank it maybe like at 9:30, and by lunch I was like, I'm not so hungry. So it has 20 grams of protein in it, which you're striving to get 20 to 30 grams 3 times per day, preferably of a plant-based protein. And that goes back to those other scientific studies that I didn't get into. So again, it's got no sugar, it's sweetened with stevia, cholesterol-free, gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, dairy-free, et cetera, and you can see the benefits that it has. So I know these may not be new to some, but I just wanted to make sure I kind of went over them because these are all the components of the challenge. So actually, before I go on to here, the bonus of this Prove It kit is as existing members, you can only buy it until August 31st, and you can only buy 1 per person per lifetime. That's the only time they're doing it. And why are they doing that? Because it gives you free shipping. If you weren't a member, it would give you free membership. So if you're talking to a friend, it gives them free membership. And they're giving you the friend cleanse for free. So it's a lot of stuff that they're giving away, and so they're only doing that one time. They're only opening it up to current members until August 31st. So if it's something you want to get and try, you want to do it now. Some of you might be like, well, I don't know that I want to do the cleanse. It's totally fine. The cleanse is free. You could still order it, put the cleanse on the shelf, and do it at a later time when you're ready. Because I totally understand sometimes you're like, oh, I just don't have the brain space for this. So I want to make sure I tell you guys that. And that's why I'm focusing on talking to my existing members first, because they get it for a limited time. But it will be ongoing for new people. But again, 1 per person per lifetime. The next part that I'm really excited for you guys is this new Shaklee member benefits and loyalty program. So you guys are always going to get your 15% off for life. And that's not going away. And you don't have to order a certain amount to keep your 15%. You just get it. But what they have changed are a couple things. If you order it orders up to 150, so 149 under, you're going to get $8 flat rate shipping. It doesn't matter if you buy that 15-pound box of laundry soap that usually costs like $13 to ship, you're going to pay $8. No matter how much stuff is on your order, as long as it's up to $150, you're gonna pay $8. If you spend $150 or more, you're gonna get free shipping. And it doesn't have to be an auto ship, because that is a change. Before it had to be an auto ship. So it could be a regular order or an auto ship order. As long as it's $150, you get free shipping. There's no more preferred members, regular members, whatever. You all get the same benefits. Loyalty points. This program, and I know this graphic is hard to see, you're going to get loyalty points starting this month, but you can't spend them until January. So this is in addition to your 15% off, and you could participate or not. To participate, you have to spend $100 or more on auto ship. And remember that your auto ships are flexible. You can still change the date, but you need to do it within the month. When you do that, the first month right here that you spend, you're going to get 5% back in points. So let's say you spend $100, you're going to get 5 points. Points are equal to dollars, or $5 banked in your account. If you do that again in the second month, you'll get another $5. So now you have $10 banked. Third month, $5, you'll have $15 banked. So that could be August, September, October. Then in November, if you place your $100 on auto ship, you're going to get $10 back for that same $100 order. But remember, it's a percentage, so you can get more than this. All the way up to the 15% back for 7 months and beyond. Here's the sticking point though. If you don't place an order in a month, like let's say you place it for like 6 months and then January 1st, you don't place an order, you actually lose all your points and drop back to the first level. So if you want to keep your points, you'll need to place some sort of order. It doesn't have to be $100 to keep it, but to keep those points, it has to be less than 100. You just won't earn any more points. If you have questions or specifics on that, we're going to probably learn a little bit together. But that is new, so it's an added benefit because most of us just used to get 15% off. You're also going to get a free birthday gift. So I want you, after this call, to text me your birthday, and I will add it to the system. If you're a self-sufficient person, want to go add it to your profile yourself, that's awesome. You can do that. But you're going to get a free product during your birthday month when you place an auto ship order of 100 or more. You could still go in, place the auto ship, take it off auto ship. I always tell people that because it's flexible. There are slightly different benefits for distributors, but first I'm going to focus on members here. So remember, the 15% off of all orders for life with no minimums. If you want, you can snap a picture of this or screenshot it on your phone. I will also try to post some stuff in our group. If you're not a member of our group, let me know. $8 flat rate shipping on orders up to $150. Free shipping on all orders $150 above before tax and shipping. And you can also earn those loyalty points now, but we'll redeem them in January. So there, I just kind of listed out what you had to do. The points expire after 1 year, and you must order monthly or you lose your points. Again, the birthday gift. And all existing members can order the Prove It Challenge through the end of the month, but everybody can order only one per person per lifetime. So I'm going to pause here and just see if anybody has any questions real quick. You could type them in the chat box that I'll bring up, or you can unmute yourself and ask, and I'll just pause for just a second and then move on. Awesome, I must have been super clear. Okay, I'm going to click to the next slide, and it's going to apply to distributors. If you're like, don't care, Jessica, and want to click out, you can. If you want to hear what the benefits of distributors are, or if you are a distributor, your benefits are slightly different. So when you're a distributor, you still get 15% off of all products for life with no minimums and no recurring fees, just like a member. But you're also going to earn auto ship discounts on certain products as well as coupons. And I could tell you what those are, but I don't want to get too into the details. You will pay shipping as a distributor, but what they're going to do is they're going to bank those dollars to redeem towards product. So let's say I place an order and I pay $20 in shipping. Those get banked and I can use those $20 towards a product later on. We also will be able to earn loyalty points, but if you're a distributor, your order has to be placed on auto ship by the 15th of the month. So you still get all the nice benefits, but it just has to be done earlier in the month where regular members have until the end of the month. So that is basically, those were the big updates, the Prove It Challenge. We're trying to get a very simple plan that we can share with others. We still have all the other wonderful products, but we're becoming laser focused because we know so many people have had such wonderful benefits on these particular products. So I will stay on if somebody has any questions. Otherwise, you may feel free to click out, and I'll just follow up with you guys via text or private message. But I hope you guys have some questions, or at least say hi.